guys for joining us today in our web series of Ask a Vet. Today I'm here with Adam Langston, and he is the owner of the Langston Animal Hospital and the lead veterinarian for the Gulf Coast, Alabama Zoo. Today we asked you to submit questions about exotics and zoo animals, so we will go ahead and get into that. Our first question we have says, how often should you feed your bunny? Our bunny always seems to want food, and we don't want to over or underfeed him.
That's a good question, Dr. Thompson. One of the first things we recommend with our bunny owners is to weigh them every couple of weeks, especially as they're adults, to make sure they're maintaining body weight. You can have your veterinarian yourself do an exam to make sure where we are on the scale. Are we overweight or are we underweight to start with? And then weighing every couple of weeks, you can maintain that body weight with a set of feed that you're providing. The second thing we need to do is be very cautious about what we feed. We need to have a good source of produce. We need to have hay available, and then we need to have a pelleted feed made for rabbits as well. All three of these things in combination to provide a good, healthy, quality food. And providing that, and they may have food in their individual feeders, they may feed off and on all day long. But if we have the amount per day, that allows them to eat on that and then maintain their body weight without gaining too much weight.
Okay, good. That's definitely good to know. The next question says, I have a blue and gold 18-year-old macaw. What can I do about feather picking?
Feather picking is definitely a serious problem. We do see it commonly, and it can be a big reason for owners to turn their birds over to a rescue organization. The biggest thing to prevent feather picking is to start with environmental issues, having that bird not neglected, out with the people, out with an environment where they can be stimulated. The second thing, if they get to a situation where they start feather picking and these types of things aren't helping, medications can be used. So seek with your veterinarian and have a discussion about some anti-anxiety medications that can be used in addition to the environmental changes that can be helpful.
I'm sure that's going to be useful to a lot of people that have those exotic birds. Kind of a second part or in line with that question, someone also asked, what is a blood feather?
A blood feather or a pin feather is a small piece arising from the skin where a feather is going to grow from there. And so it'll be red or hard, sensitive to the touch. A lot of the birds don't like you touching their blood feathers, but that's where a new feather is going to grow.
Okay. The next question on here that everyone has submitted says, can I tell if I'll be introducing the same or an opposite gender when getting exotic animals to prevent mating?
So depending on the species, sexing of some of these species to determine gender can be difficult. And so some of these ones need to be by a specialist to have them to find out identification for the gender, but may want to have two females or two males to keep breeding from happening and to control the population. If that's not possible, obviously neutering or spaying one of these individuals, depending on the species, is another way to go.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And this is kind of a follow-up question more specifically to rabbits, but it says, can you spay and neuter a rabbit?
Yes, and it's a common surgical procedure that we perform at Langston Animal Hospital, and the males especially will come in and have that done, occasionally the females as well, to try to prevent mating.
Oh, that's good to know. This question I'm sure a lot of people have wanted to know after watching certain web series or TV shows, but it says, how can some people have tigers as pets? I thought that was illegal.
It is definitely frowned upon, and tigers should not be owned by private individuals. They should be in a reputable zoo or breeding situation, or in the wild, but definitely not in private residences. And so hopefully people will take that into light and go that direction.
So much for your time.
Thank you very much.
If you guys are in the Gulf Coast area, please come see Dr. Adam Langston.